Hey guys, Tori here. I wanted to check in and do a what sold video for the majority of March. So let's just get into it. Get on into it. Okay. So the first sale that I made in March was this Banana Republic leather brown purse that I found at the bins. And I was so excited to find this because the leather was this just beautiful, soft, pebbled leather. And I heard from Kaylee Elaine's YouTube channel that Banana Republic leather goods, especially their purses, I believe, do better. And that is why I picked this up. I usually don't pick up Banana Republic, but this sold on Poshmark for $52 with discounted shipping of $1.72. So I earned, after all the fees, $38.47. Yeah, so I was very excited about that. Second sale was this World Market midi dress, and I had this for a while because I listed it in winter. So it took a while to sell. I don't have all the data for when I listed everything because I'm kind of bad at that, but I think that I listed this in November and it sold 2nd of March and it sold for $20 on Poshmark. This next sale I was very excited about. It was Tadashi Shoji, and it's this beautiful blue gown. I found this at the bins on one of our first bins trips, and I listed it without doing research on the style number. And so I had it listed forever, but as soon as I finally went in, I took better pictures. I even sent it to the RealReal, and it came back because they didn't accept it. And yeah, so I reprocessed the item, found the stock photo, and it sold almost immediately for around $100. What did it sell for? It sold for $96 on Mercari. So that was a good old Mercari sale kicking in there. This Nike Air tank we found at the bins. I usually don't pick up Nike anymore, but this just was, it was loud and proud, and I don't know, I just figured it would sell pretty quickly. And it did. It sold for $12 on Mercari, another Mercari sale. I feel like Mercari, I have either very, very cheap sales or very high sales, and it's kind of inconsistent, but I still appreciate it as a platform. These Eileen Fisher jeans we found at our mom and pop thrift shop. I probably shouldn't have picked these up. I found them for $4. I wanted to pick something up, but it did only sell, it wasn't the worst. It sold for $24 with discounted shipping of $172 on Poshmark. So my gross earnings were $13.48. That's not too bad, and it sold really quickly. This Dutch Bros extra small pink tank. This took forever to sell. Got it at a yard sale for like $1 in our hometown. It sold on Poshmark for $16. This is another Pendleton vintage wool skirt with a button front, and this sold on Mercari. I paid up too much for this. It was at that mom and pop thrift shop, and I kind of regretted getting it afterwards. I paid $7, and what did it sell for? It sold for $19 on Mercari. So that actually, yeah, I don't know. I made $9.25. Not too shabby. I wanted to move it out really quickly because I was nervous about it sitting. This pair of Demonia, is it I don't know how to say it. I don't know. I'm gonna say Demonia. It's probably wrong. These shoes, I think Ryan found at the bins, and they are just this like gothic grunge platform shoe, and it got so much attention, but it didn't sell. It took a while to sell. It did sell for $40 with discounted ship on Poshmark, so we made $28.25. Hey, Banana Republic, another sale. I don't usually pick this brand up, but I did pick this up earlier on. It was a black dress. You could not see the detail. I just was like, it's so beautiful. I can't let it go to waste. So we got it at the bins a while ago, and it sold on Poshmark for $16 with discounted shipping. So I did make $9 after quite a long time. Next sale is Athleta tan skirt. I'm trying to remember, there were two of these. I think this one was in good condition. There was another one that had a flaw, but this one was good. Got it at the bins, sold it for $20. And what else? Oh my gosh, this next one. This was a Kirkland brand, Costco, black cashmere sweater. And you know, I've never had any return cases opened up against me on Poshmark until this month. So that was not fun. Did not appreciate that. But this sold. It sold. I got it at the bins. Sold very quickly. Full price. $35 sale. However, the person received the item and I listed it as a men's large, and believe it is a men's large, but they got it and I even provided measurements, but they were like, this is a boy's large. Why did you list it this way? And they tried to like, I don't know. They tried to just get their money back, but luckily, and they were like pretty negative. So it was like, it got to me. Like those things don't always get to me, but they can weigh on you. So that was frustrating, but Poshmark resolved it in my favor and I got the funds released to me and then I blocked him and moved on. Okay. While we are at it, I'll just get the other case done. So kind of scroll that down. Ted Baker London red sweater cashmere wool blend, got at the bins, sold for $25, and another case was opened up against me. These were both in the same week. I was like, dang, like what? So this one, there was, I don't know, there was like, Ted Baker sizing is so weird and I have the worst luck with it and also the worst buyer experience. Like I sold a sweater from the bins from Ted Baker a while ago and someone just gave me 1 star. They didn't even say why. I was like, cool. I think that was the only 1-star review that I got. So I'm like kind of reticent to pick up Ted Baker sweaters, especially in women. Yeah, so this, the buyer claimed that the sizing was wrong and the condition was not represented properly. Poshmark actually resolved this to where we both got money. So she got to keep the item, I got my funds, she got her money back. So they were just like, there you go. And I appreciate that about Poshmark. eBay probably wouldn't do that. So anyway, those are just 2 weird situations. And now I'm like super like extra careful about like, especially cashmere sweaters, just like, there is this, like even if I depill it, I'm like, there is this depilling and like, just like, I'm already pretty intense with my process, but now I'm like even more intense. Moving on, the next thing that sold was Levi's 501 size 31 jeans that we actually found a pair. Oh my gosh, we found like, I don't know, 30 pairs of these exact, I think same size and everything and model jeans. Totally wrecked, totally stained. This is the only one that was not too stained, but it still had some wear. And I don't have the best luck with Levi's, so I just was willing to let it go for like cheap to move it out. So you may say that the comps are higher or lower, I don't know. But I did sell it for $15 on Poshmark. So this was an item we added to our cart to get more weight so we could move up a tier and get a discount. So it is this Disney Villainous board game and it's completely new, unopened, and it sold on Poshmark for $18. So it's not too bad. It was awkward to ship, but I don't know, it was fine. Next sale was these Gramichi rock climbing pants. They're vintage blue women's, and yeah, this was a great sale. My gosh. Got these at the bins and they sold full price on Poshmark. I believe, oh yeah. Because they say date listed March 9th, date sold February 9th. It wasn't that quick, like reversing time, but it sold the same day for full price, and which makes me wonder if I priced it too low, but I was very happy with that. Next thing was this Ebbetsfield Flannels H hat. So H is for Harvard. And I actually learned about this hat from Becky Park. She got it in, I think, a ThredUp box or something, and noticed that it actually did well. And I found it at the bins. I was like, that's the same exact hat. I'm gonna pick it up. And so it did sell on eBay for $29 with a 58-cent promoted fee. So I earned like $22.12 total on that. I could have held out for more, but I was happy to move it. This next item was another really fun item, and I thought about keeping it for myself, but it was white and I don't usually like keep white items. It was this Montgomery Ward vintage shirt, terry cloth, and it sold on eBay for $15. Okay, these were so great. These were Paige jogger pants. We find Paige a lot, but they usually are in horrible condition. It's usually jeans, and like they have the worst like stretch in the crotch area, and it's disgusting. So I usually just pass on it all the time. But these were pretty, they looked very good condition, possibly new or like new. I did list them just regular, not, anyway. But yeah, they were these jogger pants, blue, amazing material. We picked them up. I almost sent them or took them to the buy sell trade. I'm so glad I didn't. Listed them, found the style number, looked up comps, and they were selling for near 100. So I priced mine at 90 and it sold full price on Poshmark. So super happy with that. It was such a great time. This next item was a Hannah Anderson blue rash guard, and it sold on eBay. Found at the bins. Found most of these items at the bins. But yeah, it sold on eBay for $15. This next one was such a cool piece. It was a Woolridge Aztec shirt, and it had distressing that I'm not sure, some of it was probably intentional and some probably was just not, but I still picked it up and it sold on eBay for $30 pretty quickly. This Theory dress took forever to sell, and it was from a thrift store. When I first got into reselling, I was like, oh, Theory is an expensive brand. And so I paid $8.25 for it, waited forever. I think I bought it in June, and it sold finally for $16. So it looks like I made almost $3 on that. So I didn't lose money, which was nice. This next sale are this pair of Hudson jeans found at the bins, and we listed them for $35. They sold for $35 on Mercari. Full price sale, super fun. Okay, this one here is a vintage. How do you say it, babe? It's YSL.
Oh, Yves Saint Laurent.
Yves Saint Laurent. I've been saying Yves Saint Laurent like a fool. But yeah, I found this at Value Village, and I paid up for this because I was like, ooh, it is designer. So I paid $15.99 full price, but it had these flaws. It just was not subtle flaws, like wear on the fabric. Maybe I can throw a picture up. It was really bad. I sent it into the RealReal. They did not accept it because they're very picky, and I get it. It was a little bit embarrassing to sell in that condition, so I did let it go for way less money than I probably could. I don't even know. It was very flawed, but I did sell it for $28 on eBay. That was my starting bid, and someone took that. So someone owns that brand that I can't pronounce for $28. This next sale is Patagonia brown hiking pants that we found at the bins. They did have some flaws, but we were able to sell them for $20 on eBay. Next sale is this Arc'teryx button-down shirt. Found it at the bins. It was not in great condition, but we sold it for $20 on eBay. So I still pick up flawed items. It's not my favorite thing, and I'm trying to get pickier, but things still sell in good brands. Oh my goodness. This finally sold after forever. I got this in July from Value Village, and it's this Zara New with Tags leopard print top. And I should not have gotten this. I paid $2.74. It sold for $11 on eBay. And so I did make $6.54, but oh my goodness, I think it only sold because I relisted it with the stock photo. I had it listed forever, and only for $11. I would not pick that up again. I'm trying to be pickier with Zara because it's not moving at all for me, hardly. Next sale was so fun. So I found this at Value Village, and it is this Disneyland Spirit jersey shirt, and it's a girl's large. It's the Arendelle style with this glitter. And so I paid $6.42 for it. Spirit Jersey is a great brand to look out for in Disney. I don't pick up everything Disney, but yeah, their Spirit jerseys do pretty well. I listed it for $40 and accepted an offer of $35. Yeah, or I sent an offer out. So yeah, it sold for $35 on eBay. So I earned $23.07 because I also paid for a promoted fee. So that's factored in there too. Oh my goodness. I think this was my favorite. This was my favorite sale from the whole month, and it made my it made my day. So it's this pair of Fry boots, these Fry brown leather heeled boots. I almost kept them for myself, and I'm so glad I didn't because they sold so well after a long time, mind you. I mean, I like quick flips. This took a while to sell, but not the worst. But it's sold. I had it listed for $200 with free shipping on Mercari. And so I received an offer for $170. And when I got that offer, I kind of like the whole process, I was like not breathing. I was like, is this real? Except, did they actually pay? The transaction didn't fail. They didn't want to cancel the sale. Okay. What? So I got these at the bins for $2. And with Mercari's fee and the shipping fee, I earned $130.91. Oh, that is my highest price sale, like highest thing that I've sold so far. Next sale was also good. It was these John Fluvog shoes that I found at Value Village. That's my favorite thrift store, and we're not near there anymore, so I won't be thrifting there as much, but I find some good things there. They do price their things up too, but I have a better experience than Goodwill. Anyway, I did pay $10 for these, and I kind of regretted getting them because I was like, oh, are they not gonna sell? I'm not sure, but they did sell. I listed them for $80 on Poshmark, but they sold for $50. Someone sent me an offer, and I gladly accepted because I'd never sold this brand before, and the condition was kind of not the best. So the person was very happy with the shoes. That was great to hear, and I earned, after fees, $30 on that. Oh my goodness. This Draper James dress was a fail, and I lost money on this, I think. Yeah, I did. So, this was my first retail arbitrage, or one of my first retail arbitrage things, and it was such a bad decision, but how would I have known that back then? I paid $39, I think. Yeah, $39.99 from tjmax.com. And I was so excited because I saw a sold comp for $80. And I didn't do much more research than that. At the time, it wasn't oversaturated, but over time, it got more and more oversaturated. And so it just sat. I had it since May 25th of last year. And so I listed it for $100 and just kept kind of like putting the price down. But I did send out offers, and the shipping discount changed on Poshmark, so I didn't really think about it. But I sold this for $50 on Poshmark with $1.72 shipping discount. So I lost $1.71, but I learned something, and that is to be very picky about retail arbitrage items like that. All right, this next sale were these Carhartt relaxed straight jeans. $34. They sold on Mercari, got them at the bins. They were stained and they weren't anything special, so I was happy to let them go for $10. I received an offer, and that was the weirdest and I earned $6.15. Nothing crazy, but next sale was this Hugo Boss dress that I sold on Poshmark. I paid $20 at Value Village, and it took a while to sell because I listed it probably in the wrong season, but comps at the time that I saw were 100. And so I was planning on that and did not get hardly any attention on it. So I listed it at 112 on Poshmark, and it sold on an offer of 58. I was happy to accept that. I just was wanting to recoup that investment since I paid $20. I was like, okay, let's make sure this gets out the door. I don't know how good it's doing. So I did make $26.40, which is not too bad. Okay. So this next one was on Ryan's Mercari account. We have it on our to-do list to bring everything over from his Mercari to mine and my eBay and all that, so I can cross-list and do all of that. But he listed this Coheed and Cambria comic set, and it was a set of how many?
I think it was like 6 graphic novels.
6 graphic novels.
And 1 rare comic from 2004.
Yeah, so 6 graphic novels, 1 rare comic from 2004, and he loves this band. They've got this whole comic thing too that I just sound like a grandma because I don't know anything about it, but so exciting. He paid in total for these $16.45, and he had them listed for $200. He received an offer for $165, which he accepted, and our earnings on that were $126.97. That is actually the most expensive sale of this month.
Yeah, they were sitting for a while though.
They were sitting for a while, but super exciting. And like his account is pretty, he doesn't do anything on his Mercari account, so that was definitely...
I sold some stuff back in the day.
No, I know, but like it's not like you list every day or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah. So that was a surprise and a very good surprise. This next sale was a mountain, I almost said mountain Mercari or something. I'm like, hello? Mercari hardware? Oh. Mountain hardware coat or jacket coat, whatever you call it, that we found at the bins. And I just put it on a bid on eBay because I wanted to move it out. Like, I have too many coats and I just was like, might as well put this on a bid, like, because it wasn't in the best condition. So I had the starting bid at $35, and there was like a mini biddy a mini bidding war on this. So it sold for $40. Woo! Which, you know, that's a good sale for the condition it was in too. Because like if it was in good condition, I could have probably gotten more for that item, but I was happy to move it quickly for that price. So I made $33 on that.
I like mini biddy.
Mini biddy. I have an account on on goodwill.com. They're like, they have a bid system too. I've never gotten anything, but my username is biddybuy. All right, so this next sale were these Prana leggings, and they were very high quality. Found them at the bins, and they were these capri leggings, so I didn't expect much. They did sell for $13.49 with 27 cents promoted, so I made just under $10. $9.77. Okay, we've got a few more here. So next sale was this Cisco Brewers shirt, and it had this beautiful mermaid on the back, and it was also such really good. It was ring spun cotton. And so I looked it up, and it didn't sell for a lot, but the sell-through rate was amazing when I looked it up. And sure enough, it did sell very quickly, even though I noticed flaws when I got it listed. So it sold for $12 on Mercari. This next one I bought for myself and had it listed, and yeah, I bought it to resell, and then I kept it last summer, and then this summer I'm like, I'm not into short dresses as much. So I sold it. It's this Prana black dress, and I sold it for $17 on Mercari. This next sale was these vintage 80s overalls from Liberty. We found these at the bins and thought they were going to sell for like near $200 or something like that. But after further inspection, comps were not that good. So I was happy to sell this. I listed it at $100 and got an offer for $50, which I accepted, and it sold pretty quickly. So we made $41.71 on those, and they're also being shipped to Australia, which is so exciting. I love the global shipping program with eBay. It's very interesting to see where your stuff goes. So this next sale was very satisfying. We found this Alpha Elite top at the bins, just a t-shirt, very high quality. Didn't expect much. Listed it for $18, and I kept getting a lowball offer on eBay for like, I think they were insistent on nine or 8 or something, and I just was like trying to get them up a little bit, and they kept countering at that at like 9 or whatever, and I just was like, I just listed this, like I want to see if I can get more. And so that was like kind of annoying me, but then they just sold, like, because I did an automatic offer thing on Mercari, so they sold for $15 on Mercari, which is not bad. I made $11.05 and didn't sell it to the lowballer, which felt really nice. Okay, this next sale are these Rag & Bone jeans that we found at the bins, and they sold full price on Poshmark for $35. Okay, this one is another exciting sale. So Ryan found these at this random like hodunk town that we like didn't find too much, but we went to a St. Vincent de Paul, and this was the only item that we picked up, and we paid $20 for them. But they were these Nike Air Jordans, and they were blue and vintage and rare and beautiful. And so I just set a bid on eBay for starting bid $120. And we received one bid, which is like, I'm happy to sell it for $120. So yeah, it sold and we made $84.22. So there's something to be said for paying up for certain items if it's the right item. It really pays off. And those sold pretty quickly too. Okay, and the last sale I will be talking about today are these Prana striped capris. And we actually had these in one of our bins haul videos. I projected that they would sell for $25 and they sold for exactly that on Poshmark. And so we earned $18.37. This is me updating you on a different day, just the rest of the sales that came in through the month of March. So, you know, different day, different clothes, but that's okay. We're moving on. Okay, so I wanted to add these additional sales. 13, I'll just go through them real quick. So the first one was this Ted Baker belt, and hit Ted Baker London men's belt. Got it at the bins and it sold for $25 with discounted shipping on Poshmark. The next thing was this Fendi dust bag, and I love picking up dust bags from luxury brands because they can sell for $20, and this did sell for $20. I had it listed at $24 and got an offer on Mercari for $20 same day, and I was happy to accept. Next are these Mountain Hardwear athletic shorts, and yeah, these ones so we got it at the bins, and I tried them for myself, and then I was like, I don't need these, and I relisted them because I already did the work of listing them, taking photos and everything, so I just relisted them for $15 and got an offer for $12 on Mercari. Next is this Allen Edmonds belt, and it had a bit of wear, but Allen Edmonds is a really good brand to look out for. The RealReal accepts this brand, and it's very expensive, and it can do well on the resale marketplace as well. So I did accept an offer for $20 on this because I just wanted to move it out. But man, I noticed I picked up some belts from the bins recently, and they have just been flying out of my closet. So I might venture into just belts based on leather and style, even if they're not a brand name. But yeah, I like how quickly those turn around. Next was a great sale. It was this Coach coin purse that we found at the bins. And I expected to maybe get $20 for this item, but I listed it on Poshmark. And after looking at comps, I just listed it at $60, and it sold full price like in a few hours or an hour or something like that. So I was very happy with that sale. Okay, this next sale, I took a lower offer on it, but I was happy with that. So I originally expected to get around $100 for this coat, but we're going into spring and I just slashed prices for coats, and someone bought this full price. So I listed it at $100 originally, slashed it to $50, and someone came in and bought it full price on Poshmark, and I was happy with that. We got that at the bins. And there was a little bit of wear as well. Next sale are these J. Crew plaid wool pants, and we got these at the bins, and I'm trying to stay away from getting too much J. Crew, but these were so fun, in excellent condition, and yeah, there was like a bidding war on these pants, which I might have mentioned before, but they did end up selling for $33. So there were 3 watchers, and they just kept bidding like $1 more and $1 more, and the final total was $33 on eBay. So that was fun. Next sale were these Birkenstocks in horrible condition that we got at the bins, and they sold for $25 on Poshmark. Next is this Dutch Bros black shirt, and it's just a classic men's Dutch Bros shirt. It was Ryan's old shirt from when he worked there, and it had a ton of wear, honestly, and it did sell on eBay on an offer for $8.99, which we were happy with. All right, this next sale was these Lululemon tank tops, and they were the same size in pink and red, and they sold for $31, which is full price what I priced it at on Poshmark. The next sale, I was so excited about this because I paid up for this item at Value Village. And after I got it home, I realized that someone bought them originally from Marshall's for like $16. So that was kind of funny. But I paid $30 for these shoes, and they're these like really blingy cleats. And when I looked them up, it looked like they were selling consistently on eBay for $100. And so I was so excited, and I paid $30, and I waited and I waited and I waited, and I got impatient. And someone came in and offered $45, I believe. Yeah, $45. And I was happy to move them out and just move on. So I earned $6.01. That sold on Poshmark. Next sale are these silver jeans, and they were in horrible condition. We picked these up at the bins, and we were like, okay, like these will sell stained, I'm sure, and they did, but like, was it worth my time? I don't know. They did sell for $10 on Poshmark, so after all the fees and everything, I made $4.79. And the last sale of the month were these J. Crew Sutton jeans for men, and these have been sitting, I think that I listed them back in July, so I was anxious to move them out. Someone sent me an offer for $15 on Poshmark. I accepted and earned $10.86. Overall, for March, we had our highest total, which we're working to move that up and focusing on higher sale price items moving forward, along with some things sprinkled in. But okay, so the total for March came to $1,378.13. Yeah, like it's really humble compared to a lot of resellers that you'll see, but we're just starting out and we're growing and expanding, and I'm super excited to see that growth. So our next goal is to make $2,000 in profit a month and just keep moving it up every 1,000 like as we go on. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and if you liked this video, please hit the like button because it does boost our channel. It recommends this to other YouTubers, other viewers, and please subscribe if you want to see more content like this and see more of what is selling on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. All right, thanks so much. Bye.